Do not be fooled by our politeness. Our bows are made of rituals. Death is in our air.
Will the legend Hiroyuki Sanada himself make his way back into Shogun next season? Hiroyuki Sanada, the main actor and producer of the popular FX series, has agreed to come back for another season of Shogun.
One in his mouth for the world to know. Another in his chest, just for his friends.
Ever since the gripping finale of FX's popular series Shogun, fans have been wondering if there will be a second season. Well, officially FX hasn't spilled the beans yet, but it seems like a pretty good bet. Why? Because our main guy, Hiroyuki Sanada, who's both a producer and a star, signed on for another ride as Lord Yoshi Toranaga as per Deadline scoop on May 10th. Without him, the show might have hit a roadblock, but it's not a done deal yet. FX is still ironing out some details and sealing deals to make Season 2 a reality thanks to Shogun's big hit status. According to Deadline, Sanada is on board for the new season, where his character fights to become a powerful leader in 17th century Japan. But there's more to the story. Sources say there are still some details being figured out and deals being finalized to make this happen. Some folks have compared Shogun to big hits like Game of Thrones and Succession, but set in feudal Japan. The story unfolds like one of Mariko's touching poems, especially in her final moments with Lord Toranaga. Speaking of which, Toranaga's plans, carried out by Mariko, shakes things up, thwarting Lord Ishido's power grab. Now our main man, John Blackthorne, dreams of growing old in England, but reality says otherwise. He's sticking around in Japan, helping Toranaga, who's on his way to becoming the Shogun. Clevel's other books, not part of the Asian saga, hint that Blackthorne stays put in Japan, and there are more stories in that saga, taking us beyond Japan's shores to places like Hong Kong and Singapore. Could these tales inspire future Shogun seasons, or is Japan's rich history enough to keep us hooked? The TV series, just like the novel it's based on, takes us back to Japan during the Sengoku period, a time of civil war from 1467 to 1600. FX's Shogun is a drama set in old Japan following a fight for power. Things get even more interesting when a foreigner shows up, possibly changing the game. In Shogun, we follow John Blackthorne, played by Cosmo Jarvis, an English sailor who finds himself in feudal Japan. He gets caught up in the political chaos of the time. Blackthorne faces challenges as he adjusts to this new world, both physically and mentally. At the center of the drama is Yoshi Toranaga, played by Hiroyuki Sanada. He's a powerful figure in the Kanto region and a key player in the Council of Regents. As alliances are made and broken, Blackthorne and Toranaga get tangled in a web of power struggles that will shape the fate of nations. Originally, Shogun was supposed to be a one-season show, but now it seems like they're expanding the story. This could shake things up for the Emmys too. Instead of being in the limited series category, Shogun might compete as a full drama series. Based on James Clavell's 1975 novel, Shogun, brought to life by creators Justin Marks and Rachel Kondo, has been a major hit since it hit screens in February. FX CEO John Landgraf told The Hollywood Reporter that the audience is responsible to determine if there will be more. He said any follow-up needs to be rich in detail, depth of character, and explore human experiences deeply. With both critics and viewers loving it, Shogun even beat Hulu's The Bear as the most-watched premiere ever. It's obvious people want more. So what will be in the possible second season of Shogun? Marks made it clear from the start that Shogun's first season would stick to the book's ending, wrapping things up neatly in 10 episodes. But James Clavell wrote more than just Shogun. He penned 6 books in his Ancient Saga series, with Shogun being the third. Each book jumps around in time and place, exploring Europeans in Asia, from Hong Kong to Iran. Now, if the creators follow the timeline, the next stop in Shogun's journey would be Taipan, the second book. It takes us to 1841 Hong Kong, right in the middle of the Opium War. And here's the hint. If Hiroyuki Sanada sticks around, chances are his character will too, even if the story takes on more of an anthology vibe. Shogun will be shifting gears to become a fully fledged drama series if they decide on a season 2 in time for Emmy submissions. Sources say not everything is set yet, but sealing the deal with Sanada is a solid step forward. The question now is whether Shogun will get a slot as a limited series or get bumped up to the drama category for the 2024 Emmys. But before all this buzz, the crew was already chatting about what's next for the show. It took 6 whole years to put Shogun together, with teams working across continents. Justin Marks and Rachel Kondo penned the series, making it FX's most expensive show to date. Before it even aired, FX's big boss, John Landgraf, was crossing his fingers for its success. He hoped it would do so well that they could keep making more epic, big-budget shows like it. Who's coming back for Shogun Season 2? After a fantastic debut, Shogun scored a whopping 9 million views worldwide in just 6 days, making it a hit across Hulu, Disney Plus, and Star Plus. It even clinched the title of being the top general entertainment series globally for the company and the most watched FX premiere on Disney streaming platforms. With all this success, the network is eager to keep the momentum going with another season. Plus, they're keen on making the most out of their investment in recreating 17th century Japan, filmed right in Canada. The talented actor-producer Sanada, known for his impressive career spanning many years, has been making waves. You might have caught him in recent flicks like John Wick Chapter 4, Bullet Train, and Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. He's gearing up to reprise his role in the upcoming Mortal Kombat sequel. With all these exciting projects, it's no wonder he's represented by a powerhouse team including Gersh, Axon Entertainment, Lighthouse Entertainment, NPR, and Shepard, Mullen, Richter, and Hampton. For now, it seems like Sanada might be the only one making a comeback to the series. He hinted to Vanity Fair that Season 1 wraps up neatly with Episode 10, leaving room for something entirely new if they decide to continue. He mentioned how the show's setup makes it easy to blend real history with fresh stories, so there's a chance for some exciting twists and turns. But what about the rest of the gang? Well, it's a bit uncertain. Cosmo Jarvis, who plays Jack Blackthorne, spilled some feelings to VF about leaving his character behind after Season 1 wrapped. He confessed it was tough saying goodbye to a role that had become such a big part of him. It's like leaving behind a whole world of adventures. Sure, it's a bit relieving, but then you're back to being just another actor waiting for the next gig. As for some of the beloved characters, it's a different story. If Season 2 follows a linear path, we might not see a few familiar faces. Remember Tadanobu Asano's Yoboshugi? He faced a pretty grim fate, sentenced to end his own life in a noble way by Lord Toranaga in the finale. And then there's Anna Sawai's Lady Mariko, who met a similar tragic end in the penultimate episode. So it's safe to say they won't be making a comeback, at least not in the same timeline. When's Shogun Season 2 dropping? Since a renewal hasn't been officially announced, we're all just playing the waiting game. In a chat with a Hollywood Reporter not long ago, Marks gave us a heads up about behind-the-scenes work. He mentioned how there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen after filming wraps up. It's not like your usual TV show where they'd already be cooking up new episodes. For Shogun, there's still a bunch of post-production work to tackle before we can even think about Season 2 hitting our screens. So what's the details on more seasons of Shogun? Well, Shogun is just one book, but the guy who wrote it, Clavel, also made a bunch of other books. They're like a series of stories about when Eastern and Western worlds collide. There are 5 other books in the series: King Rat, Taipan, Noble House, Whirlwind, and Gaijin. They're set in different places and times. For example, King Rat happens during World War II, and Taipan is all about 19th century Hong Kong. Now, where could a second season of Shogun go? Well, it's a bit of a mystery. The show could follow Clavel's other stories and change things up each season, or it might make up new adventures for the characters we already know from the first Shogun book. All we can do right now is just wait. What do you think is going to happen in Season 2 of Shogun? Do share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, see you all.